Hello and welcome to today's video where we're going to talk about the fundamental concepts of blockchain technology. If you're new to this, don't worry, I'm going to break it down in simple terms. What are blocks? The blocks are the building blocks of blockchain, and they contain a collection of data that represents a set of transactions. For example, in the case of Bitcoin, the data contained in a block would be a set of transactions from one account to another account. In the case of Ethereum, it would be a set of transactions and smart contracts, which I'll explain in a later video. The size of a block can vary depending on the blockchain, but they're usually not that big. The number of transactions that can fit in a block is limited, which means that as more transactions are made, more and more blocks are added to the chain. The rate at which new blocks are created is determined by the blockchain's protocol. Bitcoin's protocol has a block time of 10 minutes, which means that every 10 minutes, a new block is added to the chain. Ethereum's protocol, on the other hand, has a block time of 10 seconds, which means that every 10 seconds, a new block is added to the chain. What is the chain part? Well, imagine you're playing a game of Jenga with your friends. Every block in a blockchain is kind of like one of the blocks in Jenga. Each block has a special piece of information called a block header. The block header is like the name of the player who put the last block on the stack before it was your turn. Just like how each block in Jenga has to be stacked on top of the other before it, each block in a blockchain is connected to the block before it. This creates a chain of blocks, hence the name blockchain. Now let's say you and your friends want to write down all of the moves you make while playing Jenga, so that way you don't forget them. In a blockchain, instead of writing down Jenga moves, we write down important information about transactions. The information in a block is put together using something called a hashing algorithm. This is like a secret code that takes the information and turns it into a unique summary of that information. Just like how different blocks in Jenga have different colors or patterns on them, each block in a blockchain has a unique code called a hash. Once a block is added to the blockchain, we add its hash to the block header of the next block. This is like writing down the name of the player who put the last block on the stack, but also writing down what color or pattern that block had. So each block is connected to one block before it and has a unique summary of its own information. If someone tries to, let's say, change the information in a previous block, it would change its unique summary or hash. This means that all subsequent or future blocks would have to be changed as well. Because their block headers include old hash of the previous block, it's like if you change the position of a block in Jenga, the whole tower might fall apart. And just like how it would be really hard to cheat at Jenga once the tower is built, it's really hard to tamper with a blockchain once it's been established. The hashing algorithms used in blockchain are designed to be really difficult to break, which makes them incredibly secure and resistant to tampering. In conclusion, blockchains are essentially just a collection of data that can't be tampered with once it's in a block. We could store any type of information on a blockchain, from pictures to videos to Wikipedia pages, but it's mostly useful when we use it to store financial data. That's all I have today, folks. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.